Hello. 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 Hello.
Live at the time it was recorded from the Intro Memorial Spare Bedroom Studio in beautiful downtown Southeast Pennsylvania, USA. It's Season 3 of the Josh and AC Podcast. This is The Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com. Follow us on social media at Josh and AC on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast on Instagram. Visit our YouTube page, Josh and AC Podcast, or send us an email, joshandacpodcast@gmail.com.
Good Thursday to all you lovely listeners. Coming at you with The Dead End with
Tuesday.
Josh and AC.
Oh, Thursday.
You fucking fool. Really? When does our show release?
Shut up. Fuck you.
I thought you fell out of your chair over there. Coming at you, Season 3, Episode 2 of The Dead End with Josh and AC.
Real
I'm Josh.
enthusiastic already.
I'm Josh. AC's across the room. AC, how you doing tonight, bud? All right.
You're loud.
You okay? Well, I'm just making sure, you can hear me. Turn me down. I am pretty loud, ain't I?
No, I think it sounds great.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, I sound good.
Coming off of a very exciting week with Season 3, Episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and as you all know, we record two at a time, so.
On a Tuesday, so.
On a Tuesday, we record two at a time on a Tuesday. So, we just came off the Joey Callahan show, so hopefully everybody enjoyed last week's episode. We were really excited to have Joey. Hopefully Josh is already thinking about who he can reach out to. Hopefully one of his comedy folks could. Excuse me. I just had a few beers, so.
Yeah, right.
No, it really was. It's all that like carbs we ate for dinner. Yeah, the two
chicken.
chicken sandwiches, some corn. Josh was bitching about the salad. But anyway, welcome into The Dead End with Josh and AC. Season 3, Episode 2.
It's hard to get used to saying.
We got to get used to the Season 3 piece. Season 3, Episode number 2 of The Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com. You know how to find us, but we go over that shit at the end of the show anyway in case you want to change it up. So I almost screwed that up too.
You
Holy
did?
shit.
Wow, you're really fucking with me.
Really? I told you I was tired, and we got a whole show to do. So a couple things going on tonight for this episode today, whenever you're listening to this. Not a complete action-packed show, but I think it'll be a good show.
That's good. Set them up for failure right in the beginning so then they don't listen.
No, it's good because, Josh wanted to talk about this shooting thing, but we're not going to. There's too much. The only reason, so I just want to give some context before we get into this. All right.
Oh, we are going to do it?
Not a ton. And only the reason why I don't want to do it is because there's a lot of controversy as to them not going in there.
Yeah, I think the cops fucked up. They
bought body armor and stuff. So now the guy that shot the shooter, he was on Today.
I love that song. I shot the shooter.
He was on the Today Show this morning.
Yeah, and this guy needs a medal.
So I was listening to it, and he did not criticize the cops. He said...
Well, of course he's not. He's a sheriff.
No, he's not. The sheriff didn't shoot him.
Yes, he was. He was an off-duty sheriff.
Oh, was he an off? No, I don't think so.
Was it the guy getting his hair cut that
Yeah.
borrowed his barber's gun?
Yeah, that shot.
Yeah,
the
he was
people.
an off-duty cop.
Oh, okay. Well, so he made a good point, Josh. How often do you train for something like that?
Doesn't matter.
How often do you train for that? You don't know what to do.
Nowadays,
Josh,
you would think they train for that more than they did 20 years ago.
In my job, we have a paper, like a book, if that situation happens at my work. Do you think that I have time or I'm going to remember that there is a book to tell me what I need to do?
No, but everybody should
do
be
you know what
familiar
I'm going to
with it.
do?
Run and
Well,
hide.
Well, first of all, I have to. So we're flee first. So you get away from the situation.
So you throw like potatoes and shit at the guy.
No, we literally try and get away from the situation. But I will have.
But like,
to,
it's a very different
so
setting.
here, if it happens in our store, the first thing I'm trying to do is get everybody into safety, and then I'm gonna try and find the book. I'm not gonna try and find it. I'll know where it is located in any store that I'm at. But I literally have to go get that book, get to a safe spot, read the next steps.
Chapter 1, he's shooting at
We
you.
don't keep that in our back pocket. Those same people train for that stuff, but you don't. It doesn't happen often enough, Josh. The things that we do happen every day. I'm not defending that they didn't do anything, right? But what the cops were doing was breaking windows to get the kids out of the school.
Yeah, well, they did a great job with that.
Well, yeah, but they said by the time the cops got there, he had already shot everybody. There were no shots fired after the cops got there. And do you understand why I don't want to talk about this? Because there's too much.
There's too many black and white areas.
Correct,
yeah.
because there's too much going on with it, and I think it's not.
I don't
fair
know.
to-
I still think it could have
You
been
were
handled
not
better.
there. Every situation can be handled better, Josh. Action
Oh,
consequence.
you're right. I wasn't there, and
Yeah.
I probably would have been doing the same thing.
Right. You don't know how to handle
Not
that
sure what to
situation
do,
until you
but-
face it. The reason I know what to do at work in certain
But
situations.
parents don't want to hear that.
Correct. And nobody, Josh, if it was Will, you would be thinking the same thing as those people right now, like that you didn't do enough because it's your kid. And I understand that
agree.
you're a dad, and that's it. It hits you differently, but it's unfortunate what happened. But that guy shot up those people before. Now, if this guy was standing outside the school, shooting off the gun like they said,
But still, like,
Before
somebody
he went
needs
in,
to be held accountable from the start of it because security was breached by having the door open.
correct. I agree with you. There
So
were
they need to find that person, fire
Yes,
that
there
motherfucker.
there should be consequences for the people that allowed him into the school. Because I thought that schools now are like on lockdown. I
I
know.
know you can't get into Will's school or Gavin's
well,
school.
when I go to the tech center, I have to go.
you know,
I
buzz
have
in,
to
you go to the lobby, buzz in again.
and then buzz in at the entrance, and then I have to get my ID verified,
Mm-hmm.
and they run a background check essentially on me. They have some kind of it's like a Raptor system or whatever. I can't even get in that school if I have any kind of criminal challenges with my record. So, yeah. But again, there are people that should have responsibility for him getting into the school. My understanding is that he was doing stuff outside the school that made it questionable, and somebody should have stopped him at that point.
Yeah, right here.
but-
They should have seen him on the outside of the school and
But you got to
Problem
remember,
solved.
like, since that happened too, it's getting a little scary in my world at work as well because, you know, the top supermarket is in Buffalo.
Oh,
We have
that's true,
stores
yeah.
in Buffalo.
Buffalo shooting.
And then just this past Saturday, there was, or no, maybe it was it Friday? So this past Friday, there was a Facebook post that said that one of our stores had a potential active threat,
Great.
right? So now, and it's getting closer to us.
Hello,
And I don't think that it was
operator. Give me the
ever
number for
legitimate
911.
because our company never put out a statement on it, but it's still scary, right? Because these things can happen. So, you know, and again, we go through active shooter training, like area managers go through that stuff, but it's a video. You're never going to live that in real life. Now, do I
Well,
think,
yeah.
do you think, I think it would be awesome if we would go through like a physical scenario.
They shot somebody?
No, not like, not like a life scenario,
Like
Josh,
act
but
at role playing.
a role play scenario where they actually walk us through, like take us somewhere and walk us through what do you do, because then you get the experience. It is one thing that we prepare for on paper that we never hope to ever have to look at, you know. But
It's a fucked up world we live in. That's
we
all I
literally,
gotta
Josh,
say.
we literally have a book for all situations like that, and you have to go get that book and follow step by step. There, you don't keep that in your back pocket. It's this
Chapter 2, the produce clerk is at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
It talks about theft and all this kind of stuff like that. But
Hit him with celery.
but you know what it says in the book when you're being robbed?
Scream really
Give
loud.
them what they want and get everybody
Well,
out
yeah,
of
but
harm's way.
They wouldn't be coming back to your department for that. They'd be
I'm gonna
like
tell
at the
you-
cash registers.
I'm going to be telling you, if somebody's trying to rob our store, they're a fucking idiot. There are cameras everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like,
You'll never, like, you'll get what you, like, I don't know that,
you ain't
like,
getting very far.
I don't know if anybody'd ever try, but, well, first of all, we have security in our stores.
Yeah, but
so-
it's like a guy with a whistle.
And we don't tackle anybody, but we have access to the cops very rapidly.
Now, are they like actually able-bodied people, or are they like the old guys that shit themselves at Walmart that are like, "Hey, you didn't pay for that."
They're
Come
they're
here."
able-bodied people. They're also trained. But again, I don't want to give too much away about work, but you know, it's legitimate, but there's just so much video evidence. You know, we can read your license plate we can watch you walk out, get in your car, and we got
Exactly.
license plate, crystal clear pictures of your license plate. So you won't get very far.
You idiot.
And Josh, there's obviously every register in any grocery store is watched by a camera, right? So you're not going to get very far. You look at you've been in one of our stores, right?
Yeah.
So you see how many registers we have? So imagine how many cameras are there.
Yeah.
And how many cameras guard the entrances? You're not getting anywhere. So, you know, but they still train us that if somebody tries to rob us, just give them what they want.
Yeah.
You know, if they tell you to open the register, don't threaten your life. Open the register. Let them take
One
it.
of us is in deep trouble.
Because you dying is not worth it to the company. over something like
imagine
that.
funeral cost.
Well, here's the other thing too, Josh, is every business that does legitimate business doesn't keep a ton of money in those anymore.
True.
They're collecting money out of them and putting it somewhere safer. And
I tried to shoot the self-checkout clerk one time, but then I realized it was me
There's
and I
no money.
stopped.
Yeah. Well, you also realize that a lot of these self-checkouts don't even have money in them anymore.
Well, yeah, it's only card only.
Yeah.
Everything's card only.
Yeah, because otherwise you're carting thousands of dollars
No
around.
deal.
So anyway, you don't train for a situation like that. Really didn't want to get into it because of that reason. You don't I don't know if police train for that. I'd assume that police train for an active
would
shooter
hope so.
situation. But if you don't live it in real life, you don't know what to do. Do I feel like they did everything correctly? No. But do I feel like they did what they thought they had to do? Yes. It sounded like once he had already shot them, there was no reason for them to jump in there after him because it may have made the situation worse.
How's he gonna make it work? Who's he gonna shoot?
He's going to shoot more people.
Yeah, but he's locked in a room. How's he gonna get out? The cops are outside the door.
So who locked him in the room? He locked himself in the room?
Yeah,
but you don't know if yeah, but did they go into the school? I thought they stayed out of the school.
No, see, I heard they were they could see the classroom where the guy was.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Well, then I would have went into the side where the windows were and just shot the shit out of him.
See, that... Whatever.
Anyway, yeah,
It's a bad
move on.
situation either way. Moving on. Speaking of things that depress you, Matt emailed us.
Before that, do we want to go through this Flamin' Hot?
No, this is a real short
Pride
one.
Month, Flamin' Hot.
Yeah, we'll start off with something about penises, and then we'll go to
Okay.
the soda. So Matt said, basically, you can't judge a book by its cover, although in his case, you can. He said, I am Asian, and I have a little penis. But it's okay, I know how to use it. He actually sent us a video.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Yeah, hang on. Let me play it here real quick. Here it is, right here. This is
So small you can't find it.
No. This is the video. Well, it's a small file. Thank you. Hey, it's a small file. Here we go. This is the video Matt sent us of, I think it was his dog or the neighbor's dog. But here we go. God, he must go deep. Lest anybody think that was not actually Matt. This was.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, motherfucker!
He's into bondage.
Wasted just about enough of my time.
See, his voice is disguised for his safety, but
I don't know what you're talking
There's
about.
nothing in that box.
Yes, there is. Then I.
God, porn acting is so terrible.
I think you
Ow!
took it. Where is
Ow!
my money?
Ow! I don't have it. Ow!
Where is
Acting
my money,
at
Bella?
porn.
Ow!
Model.
Do you
Well,
watch
remember-
a porno
Yeah.
for the acting or just
No.
for the boobies and the balls? Well, you're probably more for the balls, right? Like, wow, look at those nuts slapping together. It looks like two walnuts coming out of a sack. Anyway, from flaming penises to something that will wet your whistle.
All right, so my sister probably gave these to me like 2 months
Yeah,
ago.
and she's an asshole. We can tell her that right now.
Well,
Why the
for
fuck
you.
would you do this?
All right, so this is Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot.
Give me a fucking answer!
It doesn't smell flamin' hot.
Ow! I fucking burned myself opening it.
He just bounced your camera around too.
Whee! Oh, and Matt
It's
also
still
said
it's still
rest in
trying to
peace.
autofocus.
Matt also said rest in peace, Snuggles.
Ugh.
It smells fruity. I'm drinking mine on ice.
It's weird.
Looks like antifreeze.
It's weird.
Is it spicy?
No.
All right, here we go. So this literally looks like antifreeze.
It's like
It smells like orange soda. Whoa. Oh, with a hint of pepper.
it's weird. Don't chug it. It tastes like Sprite.
Oh, there is heat in there, too.
Yeah, it's like warm.
Jalapeno.
Oh God, here goes Sissy Boy.
One more try.
No, why would you do that? Josh.
I'm going to finish this cup.
2 guys, 1 cup.
No, I'm not.
It doesn't hit you at first, but as you swallow,
It's like you have a Cheeto dipped in Mountain Dew.
as you swallow, it kind of warms your throat. Do you know what this would be great for?
Boy, you know how many times I said that to somebody.
Do you know what I think would be good with this? Like Fireball. Because it would match the intensity.
Woo!
Fireball or some kind of whiskey, because then you'd feel the burn.
Perhaps semen. Oh, Good Lord.
You know what I forgot to do for the last show? I forgot to write down times to pull clips.
That's all good.
Yeah,
Ah,
now I actually have
it's
to
coating
watch
my
some of
whole
the
mouth.
stuff. Yeah, no, it's like coating my throat. Usually doesn't happen that way.
Put both nuts in your mouth at the same time. Try to get them in the back of your throat.
There you go. There it is. All right.
Oh, that's not good at all.
No, you want the other bottle? I'm not
Fuck
gonna
off.
drink it.
I ain't gonna. What the fuck would I drink it for?
Well, if my sister listens, Josh does not approve.
Yeah, let me just say one thing to you, Kareen. I don't know if you listen to this show anymore or not, but you know what? You. You set me up and tried to make me look like a f***ing Don't do that again.
What the fuck is it with you?
I also got criticized. Frank says I haven't been using the soundboard enough. He says we get along too well. Oh my God, that's horrible. What are you texting?
Somebody messaged me and I don't understand what they asked.
Tucked in or out? It's not that. Do you know the number?
No, I know who they are. I just don't understand what they're asking.
Let's text them back. What'd they ask?
No, they asked, do you want to add 13th to the signups? But I don't know.
Say yes.
I told him I just sent question marks. He actually listens to the show.
Hi, listener texting AC right now. How are you?
So I said 7th, the 15th, the 21st, and the 29th.
It is hot as a motherfucker in here. Oh, God. Anyway. That was
Oh,
Matt.
he's asking for 13 people.
Wow. When you do it right. 13 people.
I'm surprised we have that many.
That really didn't happen.
So those 13 people show up, and then do you say?
Take off your clothes.
No, Josh, scouting.
So you do say.
Take off your clothes.
Josh, no. Inappropriate.
Today we're going to play a new fun game.
Is full of naked men.
No.
I'm just doing my job.
I'm listening. Go.
Well, I don't know. Am I moving on to my story about the guy at Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, that's next on the list. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm just trying to find something else.
Something more interesting.
Go.
Something more interesting than me?
Go.
Forget it.
All right, fine.
That was a good show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Adios. Have a great week, everybody.
Listen, asshole. You can dedicate another hour of your fucking life to this. For someone who's being so tired, you're wide-eyed and bushy-tailed texting other people. Don't do this to me. Fucking answer me.
I'm listening to you.
Respond, motherfucker. Because I'm going to tell this story, and it's just going to be fucking crickets because you're not going to respond at all. It'd be like talking to a corpse.
Okay.
You motherfucker. Why are you doing this?
Josh, I told you, keep going. I'm trying to look for something that I need to respond to. Go.
13 people.
Go.
That's what you need to tell them.
Talk about the fucking guy at Cracker Barrel. I literally have to respond to this.
You know you're lying.
So anyway, I got a service call to jumpstart a bus. So, literally. So I go up to Cracker
Can you
Barrel.
do that?
Apparently, I said, hey, we're not supposed to do this, are they? They said, well, see if you can get it started. If not, then I guess you can't. I'm like, that's
They didn't
your...
want to call a company that like does industrial vehicles.
I'm like, are you kidding me? That's your answer, dispatch lady? Whatever. I go up, and it's a hippie guy who has a bus that he converted into a house. One of those, like, tiny house things. So I was able to actually do it. And then as I'm getting ready to leave, this old guy gets out of a box truck and comes, like, hobbling across. And he comes over and he goes, hi. And I was like, what? Well, let me tell you something. And he's like, you could hardly understand the guy. He had about 4 teeth. And he goes into this rant, and he's telling me how your company left me sitting alongside the road. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I was and they told me they wouldn't help me. I just needed on my black tires. I needed the nuts loose. So he either said black tires or back tires. I don't know. And I said, well, what do you mean?
You were just thinking.
I said they wouldn't help you or what? They kneeled on my neck. I couldn't breathe. No, he didn't say that.
Josh, why must you?
So he's like telling me how, my company left this guy sitting high and dry. And I said, are you a member? He goes, no, I'm not a member. I'm like, well, no wonder nobody stopped and helped you. I said, if we would help you, it's a liability. I said, so something goes wrong with your car, you get hurt or we get hurt, it's a liability. You could sue us and we'd be fucked because we helped you and whatever. Obviously, they're going to sue. Then he just randomly stops talking about that and he goes, I guess. I have a Puerto Rican cat. And I'm like, I got to go. He goes, real quick. I got a Puerto Rican cat. You know what that is? And I'm like, they steal your wallet? Like, what are we going for? They rape your girlfriend? What?
What if we have people that are of that race that listen to our show?
What, Puerto Rican cats?
No, God. All right, just keep going.
And he goes, no, it's silver. And I go, and he's going like this. I'm like, it's got headlights? No. I was like, eyes? Yeah, it's got the big old yellow eyes. Silver yellow eyes. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I love my cat. I came home one day, 22 years ago, she told me to get out. And I'm like, who told you to get out? That fucking bitch. And I'm like, who's that? My wife. She can't get out. And now my cat sits on the back porch every day. I come home and she hears the truck. Come on, she hears the truck.
This guy's a hippie?
No, this guy was like a
or
fucking
a meth head.
I don't know what he was. He had a box truck, so he very well had a mobile meth lab. I don't know. And he's like, he went and waited on the back porch of my brother's house. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was just saying okay, because I didn't know, what do you say to this guy? And then he's like, I was my brother's baby now. A fucking bitch. My brother's baby, she kept the other cat, but I loved it. I took the Puerto Rican cat. Oh, okay, great. And then he goes, gotta see right here. I'm like, I think he said, you want to see my cat? I was like, sure. He goes, hang on. He runs over to the truck, comes back with a fucking Cricket flip phone. And that's like the jitterbug
Josh,
for old people.
You're in the middle of fucking Schuylkill County.
This phone is a flip phone, and it literally only has numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And a camera, apparently. And he's looking at it, and he's going, I can't see the fucking screen. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to get going. He goes, I want to show you the cat. So then he goes, does that look like a cat to you? And he hands me this phone. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it was a silver cat with yellow eyes. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, well, I got to get going. He goes, real quick, I got one more. One more. I was, me to go out and they caught you a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I got divorced. Well, and I didn't do anything from her. I didn't touch her. And then he said I owed her money. And I told her I wasn't going to pay her. And the guy came out and he tried to rough me up. And I told her I didn't touch her. I should pay. And I'm like, I think the guy got beat up by a
You're
John.
too nice to people.
Well,
I would have been done talking to this guy. You got a job to do.
Right, but I'm worried
What
about
are they
him.
going to report you? You're not a member.
No, but I'm worried about him like jumping on the side of my truck like a fucking gremlin and like clawing away at it. I am driving down, the Frackville grade with a fucking leprechaun-looking guy on the side of my truck. Like, what do I do?
You just got to learn to fucking walk away from people.
So then, I pushed finally thought in my head, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. If you push our walkie-talkies, they'll go boop. So I went boop, and I'm like, oh, hey, I got to go. I'm getting a call. I said, you have a good day, sir. You take care. And I'm driving through the lot, and he's still following me, talking. And then I just put the window up. I'm like, I got to go. I drove away. But, yeah. Apparently he has a flip phone, a Puerto Rican cat, and he got beat up by a John because he must have tried to solicit a prostitute and get something for free. I don't fucking know. It was interesting, though.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anything else from me? Or
You got a whole bunch of stuff on here.
Right, but usually I like a little interaction.
Oh,
like
sorry. Okay. So what about hosses, Josh? You dumbass went back to the waitress.
Much better, much better. Well, I didn't go back to the waitress, but we ended up getting the same waitress. Much better attitude this time.
Oh, why? She probably saw you coming in like, this fucking douchebag.
I don't know if she recognizes, but her tableside manner.
How could she forget you?
I walked in and she's like,
You're definitely ugly enough to remember.
For you.
and I was like, hey, how are you doing tonight? I didn't even curse her out this time. I was like, wow, she got the message. Don't fuck with me and my family, bitch. So that was a bit all there. And then more exciting news. Did you see they're releasing a new Barbie doll?
No, you told me about this, but yeah,
So-
right in time for Pride Month.
Yeah. So, all about inclusion and all that good stuff. They are releasing a new Barbie doll. Mattel is releasing the first transgender Barbie doll.
So is it like Mr. Potato Head where you can remove parts?
Detachable dick.
Just asking. I don't know. Like, I'm curious.
They use the Perfection song. Put the pieces into the slot, make the right connection, but be quick, you're racing the clock. Pop goes perfection.
I'm just asking because, like, how do you make
I
it
don't-
transgender?
I don't know if they put and that's what I didn't understand. Every Barbie
So
doll.
is it just a guy with long hair?
No, it's a legit model after a transgender person. But the fucked up thing is,
So are they gonna have like scars where their tits were removed? Like, I don't understand.
could
this.
you have a worse name as a transgender person? Laverne Cox. That's literally what the Laverne Cox Barbie doll.
Well, like it probably is a legit transgender name.
It is, but come on, you couldn't pick a better like Smith, Laverne Smith. Why's it gotta be Cox?
Cox is a real last name.
I know it is, but when you're transgender and you're lopping it off, you usually don't want to be associated with the thing you cut off.
They don't lop it off.
Well, turn it inside out and make it a pocket. It's like a purse, it's like a coin purse. But, like, I don't understand. How are you going to tell this is a transgender Barbie? Because
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like
Like, is
they
it
could
like-
show scars. Like like people that are like, if a girl goes to a guy, there's scars from where they had surgery.
right?
Okay, so maybe they're showing the scars from the surgery.
I just know it can't be in the nether regions because every Barbie and Ken I've ever played with, there's no dick or balls on Ken.
Right, I guess it made it easy for them then, huh?
It makes it very difficult when you're trying to do, some real intense fucking and you're just rubbing two pieces of plastic. It's like,
See, this is why people can't do stuff like this, because you take it inappropriately.
just tell me how it's going to work.
I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm asking you. Like, do they have removable
You
parts?
you can say it's okay to be a Miss Potato Head over there.
Well,
which
I'm
you can't-
asking you. Do
but
they
you-
have removable parts? How do you make it transgender?
But I don't know, but you can't even say that anymore because it's
Do
no
they give
longer
it a
Miss-
wig that you can take the wig off and on like it?
Yeah, it's like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
This is the Mrs.
I don't-
Doubtfire Barbie.
Listen, all right. So here's my 2 cents, and then I'm done with it.
Well, then I have something else too.
It's the world that we live in, Josh. You have to just understand that it's part of the world that we live in. I don't know that we need to create a Barbie for it because I don't know how you portray a Barbie as transgender. Unless you've got Ken that's in a dress. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Ken in a
The,
dress. Like,
the
how
new
else?
Barbie playset featuring female Ken.
Right. So, but
Femme
how else?
Ken.
How else are you supposed to portray that? Or you have removable parts like a wig, or
If you bring the
Yeah.
batteries, I'll bring the things that go with them.
But it is the world we live in. Everybody's got to be part of that world,
It-
and LGBTQ plus is part of our world.
What's a plus?
I would have to look it up. I don't get into that. I should know that more because of the stuff of my work, but
I think they should have a pull string on the back of this Barbie, and it should be like.
He took all 6 inches of that at once.
Anyway, they didn't have you don't think that's gonna fuck with a kid, like at all?
well, I think it is, but
And what activities do you do with your transgender Barbie? Like, do you cut the grass and then bake a cake, or?
so the plus sign is meant to include those who identify differently from the letters LGBTQ. Now, apparently, there is an IA in there too. We continue to add to this. So it's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual.
The fuck is intersex? Like
I
alien?
don't know. I gotta look that up because this is new to me. Well, the IA is new. That's something new.
He's also on a local radio station.
The plus sign, though, it apparently anybody that identifies differently from those letters.
So now, what if I was a minus? Would I be included in that? Or
no, Josh, don't.
Well, I mean, like, I'm a division symbol. I divide good and evil.
Please help me milk my pickle.
So now that we got into this, intersex people are individuals born with any several sex characteristics, including chromosome patterns, gonads, genitals that, according to the Office of United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights, do not fit typical binary notations of male or female bodies.
If you have nuts, you're a man.
Sex assignment at birth usually aligns with a child's anatomy, sex, and phenotype. The number of births with ambiguous genitals in the range is 0.02%, 0.5%. So apparently it's a girl with balls.
What?
I guess that's what they're saying.
Thing?
I guess. Well, it says less than 0.1%.
So if I fuck somebody and give birth to a Sasquatch, what does that fall under?
I don't know. Well, it would be plus because they would identify as something that's not listed in the letters.
Intersexed.
No,
alienation.
it would literally go under plus. It would go under the plus because then it would identify as something.
This is dumb.
Well, I didn't even know the IA was even there. So
this is a sad world we live in. I can't wait to check out.
Really?
Well, what's next? You know, fucking... Oh, your dog can now be classified as a person. Your dog has to go to the voting booth and vote.
Mandatory voting. It'll be a thing someday.
I liked it when it was very easy to figure out. Black, white, gay, straight. If you were gay, you fucked a dude or a chick. If you were a chick or a dude. Now it's all fucking blurred lines.
Well, Josh, all this stuff has been happening for years.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
now
it's all identity.
Everybody has a fucking parade every other week for this shit.
No, they don't. It's Pride Month.
Where's Straight Month? You don't get that. Oh, that's offensive. Well, you know, Pride Month isn't offensive. Tonight on Hot Talk.
Are we going to continue on this conversation?
We can.
No.
Tell me, how is it not offensive to have a black rights month?
I know, because everybody's got to have something.
Why can't I have something?
Exactly. You know, you don't have something. You only
Why
fucking live in the
Fat,
United
ugly,
States.
pasty white guy day.
Because you... I'm not even going to get into it. It's politics, Josh. It's politics.
Moron.
Nobody took anything away from you for years, Josh.
Sure they did.
What did they take away? Exactly.
Hang on, let me think. My right to be a slave owner. Fucking Lincoln took that away in 1865.
We're done with this conversation. If you talk about that shit, I'm gonna mute you.
Okay. How about the ability for someone to be nice to me? We're sitting here on the last show, and oh my God, your face! Look at that lump.
You take away that right when you walk in the door.
Fuck you.
Listen, Joey talked about it right. You couldn't even get dressed for me this time.
Fucker, 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 damn bitch ass mother bastard.
Chucklehead fucker.
That's what you are. Should I go into my next thing here?
Yeah.
So, from toys with penises and vaginas to toys that'll take you back to when we were
That has
kids.
not been confirmed yet, folks. We don't know what's actually happening.
Can you finger a Barbie?
I'm sure you've tried. No, when my sister had Barbies as a kid, and I just ripped their heads off and buried them in the yard.
No wonder you turned out the way. That was when Ken hosted Forensic Files.
And I glued her doll's eyes shut.
You have a lot of hatred towards women, don't you?
I hated my sister when we were growing up.
Fucking A, that's some heavy stuff.
You act like you and your brothers didn't do shit.
Well, they didn't glue my Barbie's eyes shut.
If you have Barbies, I'm sorry to hear
They
that.
just made fun of me for wrestling a good guy doll out in a fucking dog pen, but that's for another day. Anyway, I'm going to play this 3-minute and 40-second montage. You might have to adjust the sound at different points because it sounds from the 90s. These are the best toy commercials from the 90s. Now, I don't know who says they're the best, but these are some of them. Then we'll talk about them, see if you had any of these or whatever else. Here we go.
It's sometime in the future. The ultimate challenge. Crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire. You get caught up in the crossfire. 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 You'll get caught up in it.
Right. So did you have Crossfire as a kid?
Oh.
So basically what it was like a game board with 2 guns on each side of it, and you just shot these metal marbles out of the guns at these little puck things and tried to score on each other. I know I had it as a kid, but this game was around all the way back in 1971. It was invented by Milton Bradley, and it was so popular that there were actual rip-offs of this game that were invented 2 years after it was released. In 1973, there was a game called Gunfight at the OK Corral that was released, but it did not have as good sales because it was a blatant rip-off of this. You can still buy Crossfire today, but I'm sure it comes with like plastic marbles because everybody's a bunch of pansies. So moving from Crossfire, we'll head into the next one, which I know I definitely didn't have.
The power charger will blast you high. Volcano blowout. Blasting cars that glow in the dark. Volcano blowout. Cars racing through, coming down.
Sounds like something you would get at Taco Bell, a volcano blowout.
Fast, can you make it through before the blast? Volcano blast. It's a mid-air crash. Volcano blowout. Volcano blowout set comes with 2 glow-in-the-dark cars. Batteries not included. Adult assembly required.
Did you have any Hot Wheels stuff when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, I didn't really have Hot Wheels stuff. But this was the volcano blowout.
Yeah, remember when I ripped the heads off my sister's Barbie, she buried them in the yard.
She buried your
Hot Wheels in the yard.
Oh, that's not cool.
The dog that's in the living room.
He used to find them?
She dug them up out of the yard.
Oh, that's cool. Well, the volcano blowout was released in 1997 along with a bunch of other Hot Wheels things. You can still get Hot Wheels stuff today. Oddly enough, you can still buy this Hot Wheels set on eBay for $65, which is probably what it cost back in the day. All right, the next one is not a toy, but let me know if you ever indulged your taste buds in one of these.
Lasts about 30 seconds.
I used to love the tattoos.
These commercials are very quiet.
This one's really bad. The next one's not so bad. All right. Fruit stripe gum. You remember eating that shit, right? You remember eating that shit, right?
Fruit Stripes gum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the flavors?
I said that. Yeah, it lasts 30 seconds.
Do you remember the flavors?
Horrible.
So they had wet and wild melon, cherry, lemon, orange, and peach smash. And then when they released the bubblegum edition, they had cherry, grape, mixed fruit, lemon, and cotton candy. It was released back in... What the hell does it say? 1996. It also gave 5 cents for the sale of a jumbo pack and variety pack. The money was donated to the endangered animals and wildlife habitats. Total of $100,000 was donated in the first year of sales. Featured characters such as the zany zebra, the tiger, the elephant, and the mouse. They also had plush toys and a coloring book that was released. It went away for a while, and then it made a resurgence back in 2003 because of Hershey, actually. So you can still get it today. And it still tastes like as terrible as it did back then.
Hey!
What do you got, louder?
Mouse trouble? Then you need Mousetrap.
Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. The first to capture everyone else's mouse is the winner. Just turn the crank and snap the blank and boot the marble right down the chute. Now watch it roll and hit the pole and knock the ball in the rubbered up tub, which fits the man into the pan. The trap is set. Here comes the net. Ouch! Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. I knew you were a winner. Mousetrap from Milton Bradley.
You had Mousetrap, right?
I don't know if I had Mousetrap, but I played it for sure.
So I could never get the dude to flip into the fucking cup at the end of it. He always missed the cup, which used to piss me off. Because you had to play the whole game to finally get to crank that freaking crank. And it never worked right. Anyway, it was released in 1963 by Hasbro. Later Milton Bradley. In 1975, there was a big addition to the game. They added the cheese, which basically was like points you played for. There was an adaptation of this called The Crazy Clock in 64 and Fish Bait in 65. And actually, in 1990, in the UK, they made a British children's TV show called Motormouth, where kids would take the place of the life-size mice on the board. And then they would try to get through this course without getting trapped under a giant net. I think I'm going to Google that and see if I can watch that. Watching a kid get hit with a giant net would be funny to me. But anyway, from there we'll go to our next one. Let me know if you had these.
Graveyard Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Squeeze the colored goop into the mold, or use glow.
I love that thing.
And out pop body parts.
It was 9 million degrees when you took it out.
So
of there.
unsafe.
Yeah, nowadays there'd be lawsuits galore.
Creepy Crawlers Workshop. Your parents put it together. Light bulb not included. Graveyard Ghoulies small pack and glow goop each sold separately.
Scientific research has harnessed the power of the distant sun to bring you...
No, that's something else. But anyway, Creepy Crawlers. Do you remember how you used to do it?
You used to, like, mix it up and then put it in the mold, right?
You had to put the goop in the mold, and then the mold, you use that stupid little plastic-like thing to slide it in the oven.
Yeah.
Which is essentially an easy bake oven.
Wow.
How hot do you think that thing used to get?
Probably like 300 degrees.
Close. 390 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. No fire hazard there or anything.
No. So
and it was just a light bulb, wasn't it?
Yeah. It released in like 1964. Then in 65, they came out with the giant creepy crawlers, followed by the fighting men creepy crawlers, which were mini soldiers that you needed a 2-part mold for the front and back of the people, and then you fused them together. Followed by Creeple People, Fun Flowers, Fright Factory, Incredible Edibles, which sounds like a weed company. Pickadoos, which were 10 by 10 grids that you just made your own decorative artwork, which is kind of lame. Mini Dragons, Eeks, Zoofy Goofies, Hot Wheels Factory, where you made Hot Wheels cars. The Dolly Maker Factory, where you made dolls from a selection of 1960s wardrobe. The Super Cartoon Maker, which featured the Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and Lucy characters. The Jillions of Jewels. Then there was another... Actually, in 73, they kind of backed off making it because of the Consumer Product Safety Commission making regulation that was concerning about the heat. They re-released it in 1978 with a safer model that did not require such high temperature to... Which I would go against. I think they made still as hot of a temperature. But now they still make it, but it uses vacuum pressure, which is stupid. Because too many pansies got burned up with this shit. Only 2 more to go through, then we'll go into something else.
It changes colors in the sun.
Inside it's this, outside it's that. It changes colors and it changes back. Nickelodeon, Solar Cat.
Space explorers are stunned.
It changes colors in the sun.
Inside it's this, outside it's that.
The Gak of tomorrow, today.
Nickelodeon, Solar Cat. Nickelodeon Solar Cat comes in 3 colors, each sold separately from Mattel.
All right, did you have Gak? I don't think I ever had Gak.
I might have played with Gak before, but I don't know that I ever
All it
had
was like fucking slime, which I never saw, but it was so cool. Apparently, Gak used to change colors. You can still buy Gak, but it's of course not the same because there was probably some kind of toxic chemical in it back then. Released in 1999 by Nickelodeon. Still available today. And we'll end out with something I never had, but I've wanted just because I thought the commercial was fucking badass. Here we go.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Each one has dramatic details, terrific trim, precision paint jobs, plus incredible Micro Machine pocket playsets. There's a police station, fire station, restaurant, service station, and more. Perfect pocket portables to take any place. And there are many miniature playsets to play with, and each one comes with its own special edition Micro Machine vehicle and fun, fantastic features that miraculously move. Raise the boat lift at the airport marina, man the gun turret at the army base, clean your car at the car wash, raise the toll bridge. And these playsets fit together to form a Micro Machine world. Micro Machine pocket playsets, so tremendously tiny, so perfectly precise, so dazzlingly detailed, you'll want to pocket them all. Micro Machines and Micro Machine pocket playsets sold separately from Galoob. The smaller they are, the better they are.
That's what I used to tell women I was with about my penis. The smaller it is, the better it is. But they didn't like that. Did you have Micro Machines?
No.
Yeah, me either. They were around 1986 to 2016. Including the Tough Trucks, the Star Wars, the Star Trek, Babylon 5, Power Rangers, Men in Black, James Bond, Indiana Jones, and NASCAR and G.I. Joe themed sets were available. The actor who did the commercial is actually in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's fastest talker. He's known publicly as the Micro Machines Man. Micro Machines were actually featured in a 1990 popular movie. Any guess? Marv?
Home Alone?
Yeah, at the bottom of the steps. Those were Micro Machines.
Okay.
When they fell on them.
Oh, like the little transformer-looking things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were revived a bunch of times, but the last revival in 2020 didn't go so well. Included muscle cars, farm cars, racing cars, construction cars, and off-road vehicles. And they didn't do that well. There were also Micro Machine video games, but they were not that great either. And that is my segment on toys. I'm sure you are all just super thrilled like AC is. Did you just fall over?
No, I moved the seat down a little bit because my head was popped off camera. So, newsflash. So, you remember Beetlejuice 2?
I saw
that it was a rumor for a long time.
I heard it's real.
Tim Burton confirmed 2025.
But they said something about Johnny Depp being
Johnny Depp is apparently in the movie.
I saw this. I think they said he
but
might be Beetlejuice.
Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice.
Oh, he's coming back.
It says it's the only sequel. He announced in 2014 that he would do it. So, no shit. Like, we thought this was fake all this time, but
it's either going to be good or suck, though.
Yeah, well, it says that their house blows up, so we'll have to see how this goes. But, listen, when has a Tim Burton movie been bad?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, but I think he tried to exaggerate a story that was already really weird. But that movie isn't very much in line with Tim Burton. He's weird. So he's very whimsical. Come on, look at Batman, Edward Scissorhands.
I think they should have Edward Scissorhands in as Beetlejuice.
No. I'm excited to see the sequel because I like the first one. That was very much him with comedy. And if it's anything like that, come on, Michael Keaton will still play a very good Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he'll be in a wheelchair, but hey.
If it is Johnny Depp, that'd be cool too. But I just can't imagine Johnny Depp
I think Beetlejuice shits in people's beds in this one.
He didn't shit in the bed. His girlfriend shit in the bed.
Say it 3 times. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Yeah. Shit in my bed.
I could see Johnny Depp playing Beetlejuice, though. I could definitely see that. But yeah, 2025, folks. Beetlejuice 2. But Winona Ryder's coming back, too.
Yeah, she's taking a break from stealing purses.
All right, everybody. So, June 16th, 2022, if my page ever wants to load. All right, it is the 167th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. On this day, Abraham Lincoln delivers his House Divided speech in Springfield, Illinois. The Salvation Army forms in London, and Bhutan becomes the first country to institute a total ban on tobacco. Famous birthdays include Laurie Metcalf. Do you know who that is?
I feel like I should.
So she is the mom to Sheldon Cooper.
Oh, okay.
But also she is the sister in Roseanne, right? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, not Becky.
No, the sister, Roseanne's sister.
Oh, Jackie.
Jackie, yep. John Cho, Tupac Shakur, and Jurgen Klopp. And
Jurgen Klopp, I think you get that when you use Jurgen bath soap on your balls.
And today is National Fudge Day. Josh, it is National Fudge Day.
That's great for Pride Month.
All right. So, food facts. Excuse me, food trivia facts. All right.
Chlamydia.
I got to find out where I'm at in this. Okay. So, this became the go-to sandwich for kids in the United States at about the mid-1940s.
Shit sandwich.
But this sandwich was also on military menus during the Second World War thanks to its overall portability.
You may not always like what I give
Ease
you.
of preparation and high protein content, as well as its shelf stableness. After the war ended, soldiers introduced this sandwich to their families and created an iconic status.
Turn me down a bit.
I do that all the time. What is it? All right, do you want me to read that again?
No.
Okay.
You disgust me.
All right. Mine is. Where is my fucking thing? Hang on.
Shocker, Josh isn't prepared.
No, it's on one of these pages. What bone are babies born without? Not the one that you're thinking of. Not the one you give.
That's not a bone.
No.
That's not a bone.
No, that's a hard vascular muscle. What bone are babies born without? Not ACs.
Teeth.
Teeth isn't a bone.
100% is a bone.
No, it isn't, because next.
Yeah, you are a bone killer.
Anyway.
No, God!
That's you when I get naked to shower.
Please, no! No! No!
Yeah, you only had riding up gym shorts on. I told you to put clothes on.
Yeah. I walked in and you said,
"Are you a homosexual?"
No, just laying here sleeping.
Why'd that happen? Nuts all over the pillow. All right.
My nuts were not on the pillow.
Yeah, they were.
Shut the fuck up.
Pillow between your
Yeah,
legs.
go fuck you. There was no pillow between my legs.
Fuck me. Get on with your goddamn stories
Yeah,
already,
fuck
would you?
Here we go.
Hello, brother. All's well, I trust?
It most certainly is not. The workmen you've given me don't know their asses from the hole in the ground they accidentally blew yesterday.
Come now, you speak as if they were a gaggle of slack-jawed yokels.
Mr. Terwilliger, come quick. There's trouble down to the cement mixer, sir. See, Cousin Merle and me was playing fetch with Geach. That's our old smell hound. And
Geach gone to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Oh, Cousin Merle, really?
Temper, temper. You know Cousin Merle ain't been quite right lately.
I'm telling you, Cecil, I can't take much more of this. Rustic workmen who've turned the Sanijon into a smokehouse. Coveralls that don't quite cover all. And a psychotic little boy who will not stop hounding me. This little boy right here. Sometimes I wish this dam would burst and bury this cursed town.
All right, now you may be wondering, why would I pick The Simpsons? Why would I pick something about Skeech going to heaven? Well, there was a malfunction with the cement mixer, and Skeech died. Well, there was also a malfunction with some wet cement that caused a woman trying to flee from police a little bit of a sticky situation when her car got stuck in some wet cement. That's right, a car drove through some construction barricades and into wet concrete on 7th Avenue in Rochester, Minnesota. A 53-year-old Rochester, Minnesota woman caused between $30,000 and $40,000 worth of damage after she drove through a barricade and got stuck in wet concrete after a police officer attempted a traffic stop in northeast Rochester. Around 5:30 p.m., a Rochester police officer activated the squad's emergency lights and sirens, and the driver yelled into the microphone, "Oh, look, I'm getting pulled over. What? That doesn't make sense. Why would the driver of the car have a microphone? Who drives around with a microphone? Maybe
Well, when you're in Bumblefuck, you can have one on your car.
Oh, look, I'm getting pulled over, according to the police department. The driver then cut off oncoming traffic to turn west on 7th Northeast. From Silver Lake Drive, accelerated a high speed, and as a way of attempting to flee, the officer deactivated their emergency lights and did not pursue. The officer watched the driver continue at a high rate of speed, who then drove through a construction sign and drove approximately 150 feet into wet concrete. Its department policy is not to pursue vehicles unless the person is driving in such a reckless manner that there is a threat to the health and life of people in the Rochester area. The driver was taken into custody. She was charged with 2 counts of fleeing police in a motor vehicle, 1 count of first-degree damage to property, and having no insurance. Her name was not released. Law enforcement disengaged from an earlier pursuit with the woman about an hour before her arrest. According to the department, there has been at least 9 incidents involving this woman since May 11th, and the arrest occurred on May 16th. The department received multiple complaints about the woman driving and using her bullhorn to yell at people. So there you go. That's how she yelled at him. In her words, she was just trying to spread the word of God. Bob Semenko of Chippewa Concrete was walking back to his car after just finishing laying concrete during his shift when he heard the loud bang. All of a sudden, there was a big loud bang. When he turned around, there was a woman who had driven through the barricade and was in the middle of the cement that they had just laid. She bottomed right out. She tried spinning the tires, but she couldn't get going. Semenko said that before the woman drove through the barricade, he had seen the Rochester police vehicle turn her lights on behind her. That was before she drove through the barricades. After the crash, the woman refused to get out of the car and was yelling and screaming at the officers as they arrested her. Semenko said the car was stuck roughly 15 to 20 minutes before it was towed away. Semenko and his co-workers had to spend another few hours relaying the concrete. We get to do this all the time. We get done early sometimes, but we get done late sometimes. Sometimes things like this happen twice a year. And from cement, we'll go to our next one. That's right. Cementing the fate of a Florida killer. A Florida killer clown that the trial was delayed again for the 6th time. Sheila Keene Warren was accused of dressing as a clown and fatally shooting the wife of her future husband over 30 years ago. A Florida judge has reluctantly delayed the trial of a woman who was accused of dressing like a clown and fatally shooting her lover's wife more than 30 years ago. After defense attorneys said they're having a hard time contacting witnesses. The trial for the murderer was supposed to begin on June 3rd, but was delayed yet again. It appears this will be a 4-month delay this time. They already cleared their schedule, delaying other trials and hearings that the judge was able to preside over that week to make sure that this does not happen any longer. Think about the impact it has on me. I have one duty to the public, the judge said. You also have a victim's family who has waited so long for justice. This is the 6th time this trial has been delayed. It was in May of 1990 when Marlene Warren opened her door and was shot in the face by a clown delivering carnations and a balloon to her home. The former Sheila Keene, rumored to be having an affair with Marlene's husband, Michael Warren, was considered a suspect, but the case against her seemed thin. 2 nights before the killing, a woman showed up in a costume store telling clerks she urgently needed a clown suit, an orange wig, white gloves, and a red nose, and enough makeup to cover her face completely. One of the clerks identified her through a photo lineup. She was later married to Michael Warren, and they were living in Virginia when investigators said DNA provided evidence that they were able to arrest her on in 2017. I want this defendant to be fully prepared for the trial. I don't want to deal with appellate issues. The defense team, which is made up of Richard Lubin, Greg Rosenfield, and Amy Morse, blamed the Attorney General of writing that he didn't provide them with the names and addresses of key witnesses that are now scattered across the country. The defense team also said that they need to view evidence such as hair fibers, 2 balloons, a Publix bag, a car rental paper, and that all that information was not located in the evidence locker where it was supposed to be. Customarily, a criminal prosecution is straightforward. The police investigate a crime. The police arrest a suspect. The state prosecutes that suspect, but this case won't be handled that way. Following the arrest, the police and state continued investigations. This backwards prosecution has hampered Miss Keene's ability to be prepared for the trial because so much time has passed since the killings. Sworn depositions have been taken from some witnesses who either can't or won't appear. It's a very difficult situation. Lubin told the newspaper this is a very long ago event. Witnesses are now in their 60s, 70s, 80s, or dead. Some are also debilitated due to Alzheimer's. So, yeah, that should be interesting. This lady will probably get off, but whatever. And that's what I got.
All right. So, Cheez-Its by Pandora, aged by Audio Crackers, will be sold exclusively through Cheez-Its online shop. Believe this or not. So, aging alcoholic beverages to music isn't particularly uncommon. We've seen beer aged to sweet sounds of Wu-Tang Clan, and Metallica ages their whiskey with a patent-pending sonic enhancement system called Black Noise. That, of course, plays their own music. But booze isn't the only product that ages, so can cheese. So, Cheez-Its has teamed up with Pandora to create what they are billing as the first ever sonically aged cheese snack in the form of a limited edition Cheez-It by Pandora aged audio crackers. God, what does our world come to? The underlying pardon me, it's getting late. The underlying promotional point here, I'm boring myself, beyond encouraging people to eat more Cheez-Its and listen to Pandora, is that Cheez-Its crackers are made with 100% real cheese, which that does require aging. From there, the brand cites a 2019 study from the Bern University of the Arts in Switzerland suggesting that aging cheese to hip-hop music can potentially strengthen its taste and smell.
I actually bought a steak that was aged to this.
So they enlisted the help of Pandora to find rap songs similar to those that they used in the study. The cheese used for the crackers was then aged to these tunes for 6.5 months, and the limited run results can be purchased later this month. After 6 months in the making, we're thrilled to finally share this absurdly delicious collaboration with our fans. Cheez-Its Senior Marketing Director announced, our innovations team is always exploring new ways to bring more unique experiences to our fans, and Cheez-Its by Pandora, aged by audio, is the perfect way to provide our dedicated fans with a truly first-of-its-kind snack while celebrating the joy music brings. So these crackers will be sold exclusively on Cheez-Its' own online shop, cheezitshq.com, beginning May 26th at 12 p.m., and the brand implies those LTO boxes won't last long, writing act fast, as it might sell out before your favorite song is over. Meanwhile, the other big question becomes, which song exactly did Pandora choose for Cheez-Its' aging process? Cheez-Its was only able to share artist names, which include some of the best ever: A Tribe Called Quest, LL Cool J, The Roots, Beastie Boys, and Snoop Dogg. But on May 26th, once the boxes are released, both cheezitshq.com and pandora.com will feature a link to the full playlist. The good news is the music selections don't appear to be cheesy like the crackers.
Okay, you could buy a box of these, a 12.4 ounce box.
$30.
No, $6.
How much for shipping?
$29, probably. Please note, you can only have one box per order. What a load of shit.
Well, because somebody will buy a bunch of them and then resell them. It's like ticket scalpers. So,
you also get a 90-day free trial to Pandora, which you can get for free without buying the fucking Cheez-Its.
So last week, when the show airs, fans can stop by Tim Hortons to snag Justin Bieber's new French vanilla cold brew.
What's that?
I don't know.
The hell's that?
I have no idea. Somebody's like hacking in.
They're hacking in. The Russians.
Justin Bieber and Tim Hortons are back together again for another brilliant mashup. After first teaming up last fall for Timbits, the Canadian-born superstar and the Canadian donut chain have now collaborated on the Biebs Brew, a French vanilla cold brew. Fans in both Canada and the U.S. can try it starting on June 6th. According to a statement, the Biebs Brew brainstorm began when the Grammy winner told the Tim Hortons team that he prefers his coffee on ice. This, coupled with the singer's love of vanilla flavor, made it natural choice for Bieber and the beverage innovation team to develop creamy French vanilla cold brew, because that's not original.
Wow, you can't get that at Dunkin' Donuts.
So we couldn't stop at Tim Biebs. We needed a Biebs Brew too, and we are bringing both to Tim's next month, Bieber said in a statement. Doing a Tim Hortons collab has always been a dream of mine. That's really what he dreamed about. I grew up on Tim Hortons, and it's always been something close to my heart. Back in November, Bieber worked with the brand's director of culinary innovation to experiment with different flavor combinations for the Timbits, a.k.a. donut holes.
He probably eats a mean pussy.
Until they landed on chocolate white fudge, sour cream chocolate chip, and birthday cake waffle. They all sound good. They all actually
sour
sound
cream chocolate chip?
Yeah. Sour cream cake is pretty good. All three Tim Biebs flavors will return to Tim Hortons in Canada and the United States, along with Biebs Brew in June. When ordering through the Tim's app, you can get them both as the Biebs bundle, a large Biebs Brew and a 10-pack of Tim Biebs for only $5.
A large Bieb.
Yeah. In the
Does he shave his Bieb?
In the U.S., the chain will also be bringing back the Tim Biebs merchandise, and
I love
including
bananas.
the beanie, fanny pack, and tote bag, but you'll have to act fast because they will only be available.
So now,
in
do you
limited
think his
quantities.
coffee is
A sweeter, creamier version
of the regular coffee?
And last but not least, Mountain Dew fans are very excited as of June 1st.
Why?
It'll probably be sold out by the time this airs. Mountain Dew is bringing back online only the Typhoon, which is the fruit punch Mountain Dew, which was fantastic.
I never had
when
that.
I drank it. Oh, it's fantastic.
Now, how's that different from fucking Code Red?
It's like fruit punch. Code Red's not fruit punch.
Well,
It's cherry flavor.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, so it's going to drop for a limited time, and once it's sold out, only in 16-ounce cans. It'll hit the Dew store while supplies last. If you haven't signed up for a free Dew HQ membership, you may want to do that. But again, by the time the show airs, they probably won't have any left. But they're bringing it back.
You know they have
Excuse me,
alcoholic
it's tropical punch flavor.
They have alcoholic Mountain Dew. You can't get it in PA, but a friend of mine from work, her husband works at Sam Adams, and they make it there, and she got me 2 cans to try. But I don't know why you can't get it in the States.
In the United States?
No, like in PA.
Because PA's dumb. My watch all of a sudden started dinging, and I thought I had it silenced.
What's that mean? Time to get the fuck out?
No, I'm getting messages, but it's dinging, and it hasn't done that before. I have to figure out what I did.
Well.
All right. And that's it for that.
At least it didn't sound like this. Drop the watch. No? Tonight's show is brought to you by NyQuil, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're ready to wrap this shit up, right?
Yeah. I thought I said that already.
No. I don't know what you're saying. I'm not
All
listening.
right. So, back to trivia. When it decides to load. All right. So.
We got to get you a new computer.
It's just there's a lot going on my computer. So this sandwich became the go-to sandwich for kids in the United States around the mid-1940s. The sandwich was on military menus during the Second World War thanks to its overall portability, ease of preparation, and high protein content, as well as the ability to be shelf-stable. After the war ended, soldiers then introduced this sandwich to their families, making it an iconic status since.
Peanut butter.
You're close.
Peanut butter and jelly.
So peanut butter and jelly was brought up, and it's and back then it might have been jam versus jelly, but yeah. So
what is the difference?
I believe it's sugar content. Jam is more like fresh. Jelly is like juice, right? Jam is like preserves essentially, right? So all right, so peanut butter and jelly basically hit their stride after World War II. So there you go. So trivia.
What bone were babies born without? Are babies born without?
The only thing I could think of, something in their, would it be in their face?
Hang on. No, nothing in their face.
Well, they don't have a tail.
Well, they could. I fucked a schnauzer once.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Babies are born with a piece of cartilage where the kneecap is, so it turns into a bone, I guess.
Okay.
The cartilage kneecaps will eventually become hardened into bony kneecaps as they become adults. So they're not born with kneecaps.
Interesting. I could say so many awful comments.
Yeah,
but
don't. We're not going to do that.
All right, everybody. We're going to get the hell out of here before the show gets bad.
Before it gets
bad. But it's been a pleasure as always. Welcome to Season 3. Definitely couldn't top that start of the season. It's going to be hard for a while to do that. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's going to do it, everybody, for Season 3, Episode number 2 of The Dead End with Josh and AC. JoshandAC.podbean.com. You know how to find us.
Just go to bed. I'll finish the show.
I was going to say.
That was AC, ladies and gentlemen.
Just in case you wanted to change it up, we are on Apple Podcasts. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify.
You ever make mistakes?
We're on the Podbean app. We're on Stitcher. We're on TuneIn. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on CastBox. We're on Pandora. We are on Google Podcasts. We're on Samsung.
You have good eyes. I'm struggling to read that from
Player FM. Oh, my God. We're on so many places now. And the list will just continue to grow because Podbean keeps partnering with others. So definitely no reason why you couldn't listen to us on a different place.
Next week we'll be on Catholic Children Radio.
No. Over to Josh.
Find us on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast, or simply at Josh and AC. We are on Instagram, Josh and AC Podcast on there. Or you can find us through email, joshandacpodcast@gmail.com.
And apparently we're sharing penis sizes and usage lately on our email. So
yeah.
Send
us photos next time so we can see.
Do not send us photos.
You can tell me all day long that you got a small bipper, but I need to see it.
No.
I don't want to taste
Matt
it.
will actually send you the picture, Josh.
I don't want to taste it. I just need to see it.
Oh my God! All right, that is going to do it. Again,
you know how
we got to
get my dick out, right?
We got to get the hell out of here before it gets worse. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. Take care.
See you next time. Later. Bye. See ya. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas.